Hey guys, Comet here. Welcome to episode 3 in my Needy Duplicant series. Now, I started to think a little more about what I called it, and I'm thinking the mouth breather challenge might get picked up by the algorithm a little better, but that kind of leaves out the bottomless stomach and biohazardous problem. But either way, we'll get into episode 3 here. So in the last episode, I put together some pip ranches here and started burning off some of this hydrogen. I just have open electrolyzers here. I may start making a self-powered oxygen machine. That's really dependent on what we need to get done in this episode, which is finding a renewable source of water. Now, I've got some geysers I can check out here. I've got a chlorine vent there I'm not going to bother with. I've got a geyser here, here, and one here. Now, caustic biomes usually spawn cool steam vents, so I'm gonna dig up towards this one first, because I have a feeling this is gonna be a cool steam vent. This one might be as well. I don't know what spawns in rust biomes. We'll check that one out. We're gonna check all of them out. This one's the closest. Maybe we just go here first. I'll dig out this way, like that. All right. Oh, and that revealed another geyser here. Well, that's convenient. I might want to get down to this one. Oh, let's see. I can't dig through the obsidian yet, so I'm going to have to break in through the left side to see this tile. So I'll get a ladder here. And then come across to this one. Yeah, that's the perfect height already. Beautiful. I'll have to ladder down here as well then, too. Why would you choose there to eat? Probably because I haven't built a Great Hall yet. This water pool is still in the way. I could put it up here in the hydrant. That might be a mistake, though. I could put it here, actually. This might be a decent spot. What's the minimum size? 32. 56. Alright, it's going right here. I've got 8 beds, so I'm going to need 8 tables. Let's leave out the middle one. Do 4 on each side. So I could do the water cooler for the recreational building. And then just some flower pots for the furniture. That'll boost the decor up and qualify this as a Great Hall. That'll give him +6 morale. Not that morale really is a problem right now. Still have some idle dupes, though. Ooh. Copper volcano. Okay, we are not going to be digging that out. Never mind. Please don't dig this out. I don't know how they were able to dig that, though. Diagonally, maybe? I want that to stay a vacuum. It'll make taming this easier later. Oh my god, there's another one! They're just multiplying! How do we want to get into this one? Let's go ladder here. Where is... no, we gotta go here. We can ladder across there. Maybe dig some of this out for airflow. Now this is a really nice find. I've got a lot of polluted water here that I can use. That might save us if these don't end up being useful. I moved these pips over here in the last episode so they could eat this tree before they starved. They've eaten, so I'm gonna move them over to here now. I'm gonna look for any more that might be starving. Yeah, so this one, let's see, it's gonna die in 8 cycles. This one's gonna die in 8 cycles, 9 cycles. Okay, so no one has impending death yet. Means we can probably get started on another one here. Let's see, do I have access to this? No. Stinky needs to do a little more work here. Actually, I think I just need that one tile dug out there. What are you? Natural gas geyser. Okay. So I could use that as a source of power. No, actually I can't yet. I want to go for the... where is it? Super sustainable. So the natural gas generator is one of the geysers, or one of the fuel types I can't burn yet. Wow, temperatures down here are really low. It's all the geysers. I guess they spawn with really cold material. I could grow plants down here. Nah, that would ruin the locavore achievement, though. New printable. Well, I know I don't need a dupe, and I have access to Drecos, I just don't really want to start ranching them yet. So I think I'll re-roll this once. Paku, no, I can't use that either. Nah, never mind, just reject all. Now, I don't want to move all of my plumbing systems here, so I'm going to do something a little power inefficient, and just throw in a liquid pump down here, and then pump this up down into this tank here. Oh, and I didn't even notice that they finished the Great Hall. Plus 6 morale. So my duplicants should be ecstatic now. Joshua, why are you at 33%? Your morale is insane. What is your stress? Frankly depressing is minus 20. High morale gives the 20 back. Ah, it's the oxygen. Low oxygen pressure. I could put in a second electrolyzer here. Huh. I mean, with 6 duplicants, this makes 888. Each duplicant takes 200 per second because of the mouth breather trait. So I should be fine with just the 2. It's the occasional overpressurization that's causing the problem. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get some here. Food has decayed? Rotten mush fry? Uh-oh. Alright, fine. We have the power to spare. So I'll set this to just mush fry. I don't need to store anything else. And of course, because I queued up so much stuff to do in the base, they're not getting towards this geyser. Okay, that's connected up. We'll get this water up into this tank, and then I can keep sending the ladder down, and then we'll check this out. Ooh, we've got a hatch here. So I'll set you to hatch. I'd rather turn that egg into another hatch and get that hatch reproducing than just immediately crack it, even though it's not a sage hatch. Because having 2 hatches that could potentially give me sage hatches is still better than the 1. And we've only got about 70 cycles left to make sure all these duplicates eat enough. Barbecue. Let's get these out of the way. Turn those into natural tiles, and then get some more pips down here. Are we any closer? Let's take a peek here. What are you? Looks like maybe a carbon dioxide vent? Oh, come on. You can do it. I believe. No! Alright, now I gotta move some acorns here. Let's move you. Let's move... I know there's gotta be some here somewhere. There's one. And that has 2 in it, it looks like. Yeah, there's 2 there, so that'll be all 3. Buried object discovered. Yeah, carbon dioxide vent. So this will produce really hot carbon dioxide. And I dug up the tile that allows it to erupt. Well, that's not ideal. Okay, let's seal that back up. So all 3 of these are useless. At least for right now. Let's head over towards this one. Could probably just continue this ladder straight up. And we'll dig into there. That'll release this Dreco. I suppose I could just wrangle the few I have for some reed fiber, get into atmo suits. I don't know if that's completely necessary on Iridio, though. It will be once we get to the oil biome, but for now, I don't think it's completely necessary. I mean, this map doesn't have anything that's super scalding. Like, all of these areas, duplicants can survive, as long as they have oxygen. Now, if this was Oasis, I would have to have Atmo suits. Oh, this looks like a new biome here. I think this is part of the Prehistoric Planet Pack. Why do I have idle dupes again? Guys, come on. I guess go dig this out. We're gonna need this water. I'll get this pumped over into here as well. Or I could just put it in tanks for now. Because if I'm pumping it, once it's in a tank, it won't cost any power to move it. But if I pump it into a pit, then I'll have to use power to pump it again. Yeah, I'll just set up some tanks over here. Can come up, oh... maybe about, like, that should be fine. And then for power... let's see, how do we want to power you? I'll take it from this one. There we go. I'm a little concerned about the chlorine mixing with the hydrogen and getting up into here, but it should settle below all of the oxygen here. I don't think it'll be that big of a problem. Come on, what are you? Buried object. What is it? Oh, carbon dioxide geyser. It tells me right here. Oh, but that's different from the carbon dioxide vent, though. Yeah, this one produces carbon dioxide at, I think, like, liquid? It's liquid carbon dioxide, right? Liquid carbon dioxide at negative 55. I mean, I could use that for a tiny bit of cooling. It's probably pathetic. I feel like that's just going to make a bunch of gas that's going to settle down here. I don't know if that's even worth it. Yeah, it's just immediately boiling. That's a pretty useless geyser. So we're 0 for 4 at this point with water geysers. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hello. We might have to rely on this saltwater geyser. It's going to come out at 95 degrees C, which is not ideal. I don't have any industrial methods of cooling yet. Ooh, plastic Drecos are looking pretty important right now. The problem is the mealwood. It has to be wild planted so that I don't fail the locavore achievement. And it has to be in an area cool enough for them to grow, which kind of forces it to be over here, which is not a good place. And I have idle dupes. Ah. Okay, let's continue the ladder down this way and take a peek at this geyser. And while we're at it, just break in here, wrangle up that pip, and then throw that egg in an incubator. There's a lot more trees down here. Let's keep these wild. I'm going to dig this up now, and then move some of these pips. Yeah, they're starving. Let's move them to here. And I'm going to cancel the auto harvest on these. That way the pips can eat the branches instead of the duplicants turning it into wood. Let's see, you are starving as well. You are starving. Okay, you are no longer starving, so we'll wrangle. You are no longer starving, so we'll wrangle. And I still don't... Ooh, wait a minute. It's just a tiny... I think that's a hot polluted oxygen vent. Which is the tiniest bit showing right there. Yep, infectious polluted oxygen vent. Okay, we don't need you to dig any more up, Stinky, thank you. I know that is useless now. That leaves just this one. Now, how do I get there without releasing all of this hydrogen? I'm gonna have to go up and around through this caustic biome. That's gonna make a duplicant very unhappy. Come on, Sneaky. You can do it. I believe. You've got a long ways to go for oxygen, actually. Alright, let's see how close he gets. I think they're only digging like one tile. Oh, never mind. They're just not even digging it anymore. It's too far away from oxygen. Is Nisbet gonna turn around before she even gets there? Come on, no. Well, that's not good. Oh, Rowan got one there. Slowly but surely. Let's see what we got here. Sure, I'll take the blossom seed. And since this tree is useless, I'll dig that up. This water's almost gone. Maybe start mopping this up. I'll put in another pip ranch just under here, using these 3 acorns. All of this is now useless. Let's get that out of the way. Now, how on earth did that happen? You're stuck in a natural tile. Well, at least I can wrangle them. Buried object discovered. What are you? Copper volcano. Great. Another useless geyser. Well, we really are going to have to rely on the saltwater geyser. Shoot. I might want to use up this polluted water first, though. It's a lot cooler. Ooh, and calories are... Woohoo. Let's get some more mush bars going. Maybe dig up this excellent fruit while we're at it. Don't want any starving duplicants. That would be embarrassing. What temperature does it come out of? At 60. Yeah, it's still too hot. Well, it's actually cooler than what it comes out of the electrolyzers at. Yeah, it will be at least 70 degrees Celsius. And this comes out at 60. That's kind of funny. As long as you can clean up this oxygen, it's cooler than an electrolyzer. Oh, you are about to die. You have less than a cycle. Let's move you immediately to here with a now priority. Alright, there we go. Now I can wrangle you back up. Got 2 more down here I can go grab. Let's see, what's the best way of doing that? Probably just extending this ladder, yeah? Then we'll dig over there, and dig over to there. And then I'll move this carbon skimmer down to here, get it a little lower. Wow, this has pressurized this entire area with CO2. That's actually a lot of carbon dioxide. Maybe it was a mistake to leave this open. All of the incubators are full. Do we have... Oh, we've got a lot of refined metal. Yeah, let's get some more in. Don't want any eggs lying on the ground. I need maximum efficiency here. Ooh, excellent. Sage hatch. And I have a better idea. Instead of this water tank here, I'm going to extend these out and consolidate both water tanks into these physical tanks and run everything off of this. I think that's the better plan. Let's see, so I don't need this piping. Don't need that. Get that out of the way. And I will leave this pitcher pump, because I do need access to water for the microbe musher. But I'm going to turn this pump off. No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Stop it. I want this water to go... Do I have the thing that lets me... Where is it? What am I doing? It's like an auto bottler. Where is that? It's like this, the canister filler, but with water. It's the opposite of the bottle drainer. Maybe it's a mod. There it is, the bottle filler. That's what I was looking for. Okay, now with that, I can just use these tanks and I don't need this pitcher pump anymore. So I can pump all of the liquids into here and not have any free-flowing stuff. Uh-oh. The toilets don't have any flow indication. Let's do high priority on that and that. That should fix it. Don't need anyone making a mess of the water supply now. It happens at least once every run. Guaranteed. Progress actually seems to be pretty slow right now. There's a lot of stuff I've queued up they haven't gotten to. Maybe I will take another duplicate on the next print. I think I can spare the calories. I can definitely spare the oxygen. This hydrogen pressure is actually starting to decrease. So in order to keep it up, I would need to produce more oxygen relative to the hydrogen. So I do need another duplicate to get more power. This is a weird way of thinking about it, but... Alright, and I have the bottle filler now, so I can just throw this right here. And I don't think it needs any power. Yeah, it's just in line with the pipe, and you get free access to water. Don't need the pitcher pump anymore. Then, I'm gonna have to do some convoluted plumbing here. I'm gonna go up this way, jump over that, and then join into here. That should get this water out of the way and nice and neatly into these tanks. Nisbet just earned a skill. Let's give you... Yeah, we don't need demolition yet. Let's do... Sure, we'll do improved supplying. Rowan. That's always useful. Meemaw. Yep. And Joshua... I guess I could do crop tending. We could assign them some hats now. Critter ranching 2. Grilling. Improved construction. Advanced research. And super hard digging. Alright. Look how happy they are. Alright, and now that all of these are built, and those tanks are built, we still have some more eggs down here. This is a good thing. Let's keep adding some more of these. I just want to be swimming in pips. Because I'm starting to really feel the pressure of the carnivore achievement. We're almost halfway there, and if I take a look at how close we are, I've fed them 0 calories of meat. Which is very far from ideal. I think my rancher is starting to get a little overwhelmed. Oh, and go away. So the next duplicant will be a rancher, but they won't actually be able to help until they level up again. So in the meantime, they can just help the duplicants catch up on some of the random tasks I have around the base. And that's gonna happen in 0.7 of a cycle. Hey, we got our first Cuddle Pip egg. Now, I don't know if I want to just immediately scrap those into omelets. Let them roam around the base to give cuddles to the duplicants. That'll increase or decrease stress. Or I could just let them evolve into meat. Either way, this egg being in here is bad, so let's move it up to here. I want all of these incubators to still be focused on just the base pips. And the occasional sage hatch egg, of course. Okay, so we need another rancher. So I'm gonna re-roll this a few times. Get something a little interesting. See how close we can get. That is actually not... These negative traits aren't bad at all. And they all add to the ranching, but we're not going to take that. How about we take a Maya to help Joshua out a little bit. So let's give her supplying and farming. Green Thumb, Buff, and Twinkle Toes. Then the negative traits here. Bottomless Stomach, and then the big one, Mouth Breather. And then I'm not too worried about how these points are allocated, so we'll just go ahead and print her as she is. Boom. Welcome to the base. Immediately change your priorities. You will focus on ranching and farming. And then let's get you onto your own schedule here. It has to be different from Joshua. That way their downtimes or their bedtimes don't overlap, so that there's always someone available to lullaby these eggs. So this schedule won't actually work. I need to move her down twice. Because if we look at where Joshua lines up, so his downtime starts here. So I need someone available to work at this point in time. So this schedule should work for Maya. That's not too relevant yet because she can't even groom, but setting things up for success is always a good idea. Now we're actually getting dangerously low on our hydrogen supply here. Taking on Maya will help a little bit, but I think a lot of the hydrogen has escaped up to here. Yeah, it's at 7.4 kilos. So we're going to want to get a hold of some of that. Get a gas pump in here. And then I'm going to swap the wiring here and actually run that gas pump off of this wire. Like this. And then I don't think the piping really matters too much on the gas there. That's fine. That'll take him some time to finish. Our calorie supply is looking good again. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Free up some of the cooks to help out with the building. And oxygen pressure is looking really terrible down here. And just generally throughout the entire base, actually. So, because of this hydrogen problem, I'm thinking I start work on a self-powered oxygen machine. And then that will be the end of this episode. Because then I can just pump the oxygen really wherever I need it. Yes, it is power positive, but it is less power positive than the system I have right now, because the oxygen is just free flowing from these electrolyzers. The only thing I'm pumping is the hydrogen. If I make a SPOM, then even the oxygen will need to be pumped, which then might require some duplicants to run on some hamster wheels, just to keep things going. We'll see if we get to that point, though. Let's start planning out this oxygen machine. Now, I could just put it right up here in the top of the base, relatively close to the water source. That would screw up the hydrogen I have right now, though. I could just put it over here. This is about to be depleted. I don't really want to dig into this biome. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it right here. So let's hurry up and get all of this cleaned up. And I don't have insulated tiles yet. Rowan, I need you. Alright, now I'm not going to be getting into this copper volcano soon, so I could build above it. I don't know how permanent this SPOM is going to be. I think I'll start it here. Get all of this out of the way. And these tiles are actually going to be insulated, but they're just placeholders for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it'll look something like this. With the electrolyzers here. And this doesn't actually have to be out of insulated tiling. It's just how I'm used to doing it. I kind of have my own standards. Now, the automation's really simple. Just here, here, and here. And I'll connect these up. And I'm going to run out of material, actually. Let's queue up, maybe 15 more. And I really hate debris. So I'm going to research this now. Get the automatic dispenser, so I can sweep up this area. Now that I have the manpower, it's okay to issue sweep commands. And the pathing for the water, I think we'll just come in maybe here and rotate. I'm not too worried about temperature. Well, actually, in that case, I probably don't even need to rotate. Alright, have the automatic dispenser now. Let's just go ahead and throw that here, next to the beds. I'll probably put in a permanent debris disposal location later. As for power, I think I'm actually just gonna put a bunch of transformers up here. Because again, I don't care about heat, so maximum wattage on this wire is only 1,000. So 2 gas pumps is half. That would be 3/4. And then this final gas pump would be all I could support off of just 1 transformer. Which would then mean I have no way of powering this gas pump. Oh well, I'll just put in a 3rd one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd all of our calories go? Mush bar now, please. Alright, this pool is empty. I'll get that cleaned up. This is almost cleaned up here. I'll send the oxygen down and out this way. Colony achievement earned. What is that? Oh. Oh, that's the sage hatch. Hey, look at that. Okay, let's set this to sage hatches. There we go. Your diet is just going to be dirt. This is like the worst place for carbon dioxide to build up, right in their bedrooms where they're sleeping. I'm hoping once I get this running, it will force all of the CO2 down to the bottom here, where pressure is, oh, terrible. Okay, that was the last piece of debris in here. I will seal this up. Well, actually, I need to put this in first. Then the fun part is getting the gases separated in here. This Atmos sensor should be set to work if pressure is above 250. And then these down here are 450. And I'm just going to reject the... may want to take that, though. Yeah, we'll take the pipsqueak. Insufficient oxygen generation. Yes, I know I'm working on that. And then there's also something I want to touch on with these pipes here that I haven't really seen anyone talk about in at least this game. It's the use of a manifold. Now this is derived a little bit from Factorio, but mostly Satisfactory. Now I want the outputs to be here, 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 all the way down. And I want that achieved through these bridges. And actually, this top pipe is going to be for something else. It's just going to be the bottom two. But essentially, the way this works, you'll have, like, the main carrier down the center, and then the bridges can send it off in the different directions. But then you'll also need a bypass. So if this is full, then it'll go forward into the next bridge, and that will carry it on its way. So each section will take just what it needs from the main manifold, and the rest will continue forward. So at a glance, it looks really messy, but it actually keeps the flow really organized. Okay, so I have these connected up right now. They're just pumping out the excess gases, but you'll see how this works here. So it's gonna hit the first bridge, jump over into the vent, and then once the vent is full, it'll bypass to the next bridge and go to the next section. Alright, let's get some water over here, otherwise nothing's gonna work. And deconstruct some of this extraneous piping now. I'm gonna take some damage on these generators, so I'm gonna preemptively disable their auto repair, just to clear out this carbon dioxide. This hasn't completely, well, actually I think it's, yeah, it's pretty close. Just need these electrolyzers to work. The gases are pretty separated. Alright, and now I can actually disable these electrolyzers. I don't need to be pumping hydrogen into the base now. Here comes the water. Let's take a look at the gases. This isn't working because that's not connected. There we go. Snip that, prioritize this. And then once all this CO2 is gone, it should be perfectly balanced. Alright, what do we just get? Hey, locavore, we can plant things now. Still haven't fed any of them meat yet, though. I've only got 50-ish cycles left. Alright, but now that we are pumping oxygen throughout the base, pressurizing things, and forcing all this CO2 down to the bottom, getting all these gross gases out of here, I think that's actually a good place to stop for this episode. Found a lot of geysers, copper volcano, natural gas geyser, carbon dioxide geyser, polluted oxygen, we knew the chlorine vent was there from the beginning, another copper volcano, carbon dioxide geyser, which is pretty useless, but we did find this saltwater geyser, which I can't use yet, but knowing that we have a renewable source of water is a little relieving. Really expanded the pip farms here, got in a lot of incubators. I think the goal for next episode is really going to be the carnivore achievement, so taking on duplicants and just shoving barbecue down their throats. We're okay on water for now. If things get really desperate, I can always use this polluted water over here. I really don't want to start using this hot water unless I absolutely have to. But we're still pretty far away from temperature management, at least on an industrial scale. And then power may become a problem in the future, now that I've still only got these two running, but I've got a lot of extra gas pumps running. So that might be the first thing we tackle in the next episode. But all things considered, I think that was good progress for this episode. So, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next episode.